Good evening and welcome, Chicago Chaos fans. We're here at Babe Serpico Field in Melrose Park, getting ready to begin this evening's game, the first round of the GFL playoffs, as the Chicago Chaos are going up against the Zion Atomic Swarm. The Chaos are going to come into the game at 8-2. The Swarm are going to come in at 4-5. The Chaos have got the 3 seed here at the GFL playoffs. Just missed out on getting that first round bye. The Swarm coming in at the last seed. They're the last team to make the playoffs at 4-5. They're getting ready to go. The Chicago Chaos, they won their game last week, the last week of the regular season, 26-20 in overtime. A tough fought battle for the Chaos, but once again, they have come out on top, as the last time that they actually got a chance to play the Swarm, they won that game. It was the fog game. It was a 20-14 win. It was really tough for anybody to see out there. Of course, the conditions tonight are much, much better. It's absolutely gorgeous here in Melrose Park. It's very sunny. There's not too many clouds in the sky. We're looking right about 81 degrees here. The sun's supposed to set in about an hour. So we're about ready to get going, as some of the referees are here in the middle. I'm here with Brad Gutman, a color commentator, also Ashley Jackson, our sideline. Brad, as we got a chance to watch the Chaos warm up, what'd you see that stuck out to you as this is the first week of the playoffs?
Well, I really seem that they're really pumped for this game, and they're ready to take another championship. You know, they already got a couple in their arsenal, and this game means a lot to them. I saw their players warming up pretty fast, and it looked like their muscles were relaxed and they're kind of ready to go and get this game moving.
Yeah, they do look like they're ready to go. As you said, Brad, it is the first week of the playoffs. The Chaos are going to come in here, and they want that 5-time GFL championship, 4 in a row currently that they're running on, as Brad mentioned. So they definitely want to continue this winning tradition they have established, and they're getting ready here. As it does look like we're going to get the national anthem going on right here for a second, but it looks like some of the players are still warming up. The offensive guys, as you see, Michael Suchuk, the starting quarterback, he's getting ready to go, as you see there in your picture. They're all ready, Brad. I can't say too much more about the fact that it's the playoffs and they know everything's on the line here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's the playoffs, they're ready to go. And I noticed that Brandon Solabo, he usually is a defensive line, but it looks like he's going to be snapping the ball tonight as well.
Yeah, he's out there. They had some issues last week with a couple of those snaps. Him and Suchuk were working together early here in the game. Early here in the preseason before the game started to make sure that they were getting the snaps right. We'll take a break right here for the national anthem.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets round the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, another beautiful rendition there of the national anthem as the Chaos are getting hyped up, getting ready to go. as this first playoff game is very, very important. It sets the tone for their run to defend their GFL crown. If you got a chance to take a look on the website, Brad, it actually showed last year's championship trophy. That's what they're playing for. It's actually a fairly fantastic trophy. And these guys, they don't want to relinquish it. They want to keep it. They're ready to go. As we talked about the first week of the playoffs, you can't get any better than this.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of hardware, and I saw the general manager, his ring he was wearing there, pretty nice thing as well. So they want to add one to that finger, and yeah, it's playoff time, and looks like the Chaos are ready to roll.
Yeah, it looks like they have won the toss. So they're going to defer to the second half as Dominic Kozlowski is out there getting ready to kick the ball off as he talks with the referees out there. We got a chance to watch some of the Swarm warm up, and what I noticed is their quarterback was working with their running backs on a lot of short passes. They were doing a lot of stuff out of the backfield, swing passes, also 10 to 15-yard slants towards the middle. Brad, do you expect us to see a lot of that here early on in the game? Is that what they practice before the game?
I do think they're going to be passing a lot of short game, and I think this running back could definitely scramble. So watch for the Chaos to maybe use a QB spy potentially. But yeah, I think they're going to dump it off to the running back a lot, give him a lot of carries, and see if they can get this ground game running.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. As we talked to some of the defenders out there, they said you're going to have to watch that short pass. It's going to give them potential problems because they're getting the ball out so quick.
Right.
That's Josh Arrington. He's a linebacker number 50. I believe he changed his number. He's been wearing 57 previously, but I think he's number 50. He mentioned that it might give them problems only because they're getting the ball out so quick. It'll be a rhythm thing.
Right.
They're eventually going to get a chance to find that rhythm of what they're doing and then attack as opposed to having to wait and react. So I'm really looking forward to it. Brad, what do you think the Chaos are going to go for on the offensive end?
Well, I think the Chaos are going to be really involved in the play-action game. I think they're going to be pounding it up the middle, and then on those big opportunities when Zion is unexpected, I think they're going to release the long ball. And I could see watching out for some big threat receivers catching some big catches here.
Yeah, you definitely got that right. As the receiving core, they've got some fantastic wideouts out there, led by Matt Brockman. He's got an unbelievable catching radius. I mean, he's their red zone guy. They go to him when they're down at the goal line. As opposed to trying to punch it in sometimes, they spread him out a little bit, and they throw little corner routes to him. He's got great hands. He's got great catching radius. On top of that, James Former, he's electric. We'll see him taking punts and kickoffs, and he's already taken a kickoff to the house this year.
There you go.
So it's going to be a lot of fun to see him back there. We'll see what the Swarm end up doing, whether they're actually going to kick the ball to him or they're going to kick it away from him, because we've seen some teams realize the talent back there and not give him an opportunity, which actually ends up helping the Chaos offense because they're shanking punts. They're not getting good punts off. Last week we saw them even try to fake a punt, and unfortunately for the team, well, fortunately for the Chaos, it went the right way. They tackled the punter as he tried to fake it up the left sideline, and hey, they got a turnover on downs, and they really did a good job there on that special team. So it's going to be a really fun to see what the Chaos end up doing. As the last time, like we talked about, the game that they played, it was the Fog Bowl. It was tough to see. The weather obviously had made a huge impact on the outcome, as the Chaos scored a defensive touchdown when they fumbled, when the Swarm had fumbled into the end zone after they had intercepted a pass at the 2-yard line. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these teams end up coming out here when the weather conditions are absolutely gorgeous.
Ideal conditions for football. And, yeah, it's a much different game, and we'll look for a lot of action. I think a lot of offense in this game is going to occur, too, because, in this warm weather, the passing attack is going to be flowing.
It does seem like that. However, the Swarm did have a rough go of it last week. They ended up losing to the Cowboys 28-0. So we'll see if they can get their offense going this week, the first week of the playoffs, when they really need to get it going. But on the Chaos end, we don't want to see any of that. We want to keep them at 0. We want to see the Chaos have an injury-free game
There you go.
on top of that as they march towards their 5th straight GFL championship. We want to see them have an easier game. They've played a lot of tough, hard-nosed games that have come to the end. They need a blowout, and I think that the players feel the same way as Kozlowski is getting ready to kick this one off here this evening. They want that blowout, and I feel like tonight would be a great night to get it, give them a lot of confidence going into the second round next week of the GFL playoffs. And here we go. We have begun. First round of the GFL playoffs. The kickoff has been returned up down the sideline. He's hit the 30. He's going to be hit down right there about the 32-yard line. So the Swarm are going to start their first drive of the game at the 32-yard line as the Chaos did a solid job there of covering the kickoff, the opening kickoff of the game. So let's see what kind of offensive formation the Swarm are going to come as. There's not much to see in formations. We saw some scores of it, but we weren't able to see much tape of them.
Yeah, they didn't really want to show their whole playbook out, and they're kind of running preliminary offensive sets and stuff. But interesting to see if they go more of a setback, 2 running backs, or if they keep it on the eye. So we'll be interested to see what kind of game plan and what kind of game flow Zion runs with.
All right, so the Swarm have come out of their huddle. They're going to have 2 wide receivers to the top of the formation as one actually is coming back to the bottom. They're in what looks to be a pistol with a running back behind the quarterback, so 1 wide receiver on each side. There's the blitz on the outside. Looks like he's going to be called offsides. That was number 7, Carl Young. Carl had a huge game last week. Made some gigantic plays as middle linebacker number 52, Nick Olson. Had some injury issues last week. We actually had a chance to speak with Nick prior to the game. He said that the back felt a little bulky. He's got a little bulging disc down there on his lower back. He said that the back was feeling much better. It felt great yesterday. It feels even better today. So we expect to have a big game from Nick Olson as he is the big playmaker. He was last year's defensive MVP of the GFL. So we expect to see him have a great game as he has overcome that injury. So again, that was offsides there on Carl Young for the first play.
Early run in, but get the snap count right next time. It looks like they're backing up, and the quarterback is under center.
Exactly. There's the snap. There's a fake. That was a bad play. That's going to be number 99, Big Adam Nelson. He's a 6'4", 300-pound defensive lineman. Adam is all over the place on the defensive line, as the Chaos defensive line has done a really good job these last few weeks as they changed the scheme in the middle of the season. And they've really started to play well there on the defensive line.
Yeah, it looked like they were running some type of option pass there, and the quarterback decided to keep the ball rather than not risk it. Good play by the defensive there, and they'll look for 3rd down in a tough third and deep situation.
Yeah, that's going to be second and about 12 here. That's all right. They had that first play that was called back for the offsides there. So they're going to snap the ball right on the 30. The Swarm are going to come out in a little different formation in the shotgun. They're going to have 2 wide receivers on each side, 1 back to the left of the quarterback. And there's the snap. He's got a clean pocket. He's looking. He's scrambling out to the right side. He's looking to run up the sideline. He's got He's going to get run out very close to that first down marker. Let's see where they end up spotting him. He's going to be a little bit short here, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 41-yard line. Really good job there, Brad, by the DBs, but unfortunately they couldn't contain the quarterback.
Yeah, this quarterback, like we said in the pregame, could have a chance to be running, and he is a scrambler. Way to get out of the pocket for him, and the defense might want to consider, shading the outside areas as he looks to run outside. And now we got a big 3rd down here.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, as there's a big first 3rd down play for the Chaos here on the first drive for the Swarm. So they're going to come out 1 receiver to the top. There's going to be in the pistol again with 2 running backs in the back. There's going to be a handoff there. There's going to be a big tackle. I think they stopped him. Let's see where they end up spotting the ball. Yeah. The side judge by the chains is holding him off. They haven't made any indication it's a first down. They have moved it to 4th. So it looks like it's going to be a 4th and inches.
Wow.
There, I'm not sure if they're going to bring out the chains.
And this,
Wow, it is going to be 4th down, so let's see what the Swarm end up doing.
yeah, that tackle was just pretty incredible. He got him pretty high up there and made it for a tough 4th down play right now.
Sure did. So there's a first big decision of the game for the Swarm. Let's see what they end up doing. It looks like they're going to go for it. You see that? It's very typical here in the GFL for teams to go for it on 4th down. So let's see what kind of play they're going to bring out. They've got trips to the top. They're going to call a timeout. They really didn't like the way that the play was set up. So that's going to be the first timeout of the half called by the Swarm.
And that timeout is brought to you by Rugged Mechanic. It's time to get rugged. Make sure to use the promo CHAOS to get $10 off your next rug mechanic. Rugged Maniac. Oh, Maniac.
That's all right there. First time for the read there for Brad. So no big deal, Brad. But those Rugged Maniac games, they're good. Don't worry about that one. So of course we've got a wide variety of sponsors here for the Chaos, and then on top of that, go to tookerflags.com. Tookerflags.com is one of the Chaos sponsors. You can actually buy authentic flags there that they use in the games. And because the Chaos are a non-profit organization, there's a portion of that when you buy a flag from Tooker Flags, a portion of that actually ends up going to the Chaos, helps them pay for uniforms, travel costs, etc. So definitely help out the Chaos, their fans. Go to tookerflags.com. So here's that big 4th down play by the Swarm. They're going to be in that pistol again. Here's the handoff to the right back. That is a big play right there by Nick Olsen. That's what we talked about early in the game. Number 52, he's the man that makes big plays. How about that one?
He just jumped that snap right there and really got the ball carrier in the backfield and make a tremendous tackle. And look at the replay here. He reads the snap perfect, doesn't let him go north-south, and tackles him. And it looks like he fumbled it towards the end, and they pick it up that recovery. Great play.
He did. He might have fumbled, but regardless, the Chaos get a huge 4th down stop right there by Nick Olsen as he busted right through the line, got away from his blocker that was trying to block him up front, and got right to the running back. So great job there by number 52, the leader of the defense, Nick Olsen. Big play there on 4th down. So here, the Chaos are going to start their first drive on the right side of the field as the Swarm the Swarm defense is put in a tough position as they're going to start this drive on the 34-yard line in the shotgun. There's a handoff right there. Jarrell Johnson-Blaylark, he's going to come up the middle, making a couple moves. He's going to get about 7 yards. So a great 1st down play by the Chaos as they're going to get a very manageable 2nd down. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, you know, that's the consequences when someone goes for it on 4th down and they recover this great field position. But a cut back up the middle and gains a couple yards there. Good play for the Chaos.
Yeah, again, so the Chaos are going to come out in their base set, so 2 wide receivers on each side. Suchuk in the shotgun with Jarrell Johnson-Blaylark to the right of him. It's going to be a fake handoff, so Suchuk's going to take it, but he's going to get right about back to the line of scrimmage. Interesting play call there as looked like the 2 in the backfield there, Suchuk and Jarrell Johnson-Blaylark, miscommunicated there, and unfortunately they didn't get any yards on the play, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. What do you expect to see here, Brad, on this 3rd down play?
I could actually see potentially a pass. They did 2 runs. That last one was a QB choice, and the quarterback decided to keep that one. But let's see if